Welcome to the holidays.
No.
I am a holiday decorator.
That's the thing?
Alexa Penavega and Jonathan Bennett turn up the holiday charm.
You could host Christmas this year.
Oh, no.
I want to hire you for all things Christmas.
Holiday decorating is just kind of what brings us all together.
Christmas made to order. Part of Countdown to Christmas on Hallmark Channel.
That was a clip from Hallmark's Christmas Made to Order, premiering this Sunday. It's one of the 10 to 15 original holiday movies Hallmark produced just this year alone. And we all love these festive flicks. But did you guys know that there are actually rules that each Hallmark movie has to follow?
Thankfully, Entertainment Weekly sat down with Hallmark writers, and here are the biggest takeaways when penning one of these Yuletide treasures. The first rule, well, duh, there must be snow, guys. You can't be waiting for the snow. It just has to be there. So there's a reason why you don't see movies set in places like Miami or Southern California. Like, there's got to be a winter wonderland situation.
A winter wonderland. Rule number 2, you guys, Christmas activities are required. I feel like this one is a no-brainer. Exactly. Gingerbread making contests, snowman making contests. Obviously the Christmassier the better for these Hallmark movies.
What would be like the Christmas activity you would need in your Hallmark Christmas movie?
Gift wrapping. I'm a killer gift wrapper. I love giving gifts as well, but my mom taught me, she patrolled like a hawk. Like every corner has to be, perfectly taped down and all that.
Tape,
so gift wrapping.
All that.
What about you? Are you going to be ice skating?
I can't ice skate for the record, actually. I don't know how to do that. Maybe a snowball fight, and if not that, then spreading Christmas cheer by singing loud for all to hear.
What about a kiss under the mistletoe?
Definitely need that.
Which brings us to our third rule.
Yeah.
If there is kissing, you guys, it has to, the scene has to acknowledge Christmas.
How?
Meaning, there has to be snow falling.
Yes.
And if it's not falling because of global warming, we always have those, fake snow machines.
That's what they do.
What
also,
else?
a small crowd gathering around that, epic kiss, Christmas lights in the background.
Mistletoe.
Mistletoe, all of that, I don't know.
Cheesy, but required and necessary.
A sleigh, riding in the background, something like that.
A kiss in the sleigh.
A kiss in the sleigh. But
all things that we've never lived through.
Definitely not. But part of this rule, though, guys, is when the two people, before they kiss, before we get to that kiss, there's got to be a little conflict or reason that they don't like each other, something that pushes them together to kiss, but there's got to be Christmas in the background. You got to acknowledge it.
And speaking of the Christmases, that's kind of another rule. Anything sexual is too sexual, which brings us to rule number 4. Mildness filter is king. Got to be mild with everything. We have to mildify it all.
Nothing can be too mean, nothing can be too sexual, but according to this article on EW, anything sexual is too sexual.
And now I'm rethinking of a lot of the Hallmark movies that I've watched, and obviously something for the holidays is We Don't Know This Life, but bringing someone home for the holidays. Yeah. They always sleep in other rooms, and now I understand because you have to mildify everything.
Not meld it, you got to mildify it.
What did I say? It's that Michigan accent.
Don't say
Mildify.
Mildify it. You got to.
What's the next rule?
Rule number 5, the big city is the enemy. So, a lot of these Hallmark movies have a female lead, and she has to be a quote-unquote saint, but she has to be a take charge kind of girl until this part I cannot get with. She eventually submits to the guy at the end. She's chasing her big city dreams. Sometimes she gets dropped off in a small town where she realizes all I need is this man and this beautiful snow.
In the small town, and I have strong feelings against it. I know you do too, because there's nothing wrong with chasing your own dreams, not needing a man, and going to the big city. Hallmark, I will help you write that next movie.
That part. So yeah, the big city is often the enemy, and sometimes there's a guy that doesn't work out for her, or that's not right for her.
There always is, yeah.
Right? And then she realizes the small town guy is the one for her.
Or someone who's just totally...
white? I'm going to say it.
A bad guy, someone who is just a slime ball, or my favorite word, a douche kebab.
Right, exactly.
Isn't right. But then everyone else sees it as an audience member. You see it, but the main person does not see it until the very end of the movie.
Right, all tea, no shade, but there's hardly any people of color in these, and I think I know why. But real quick, the bonus rule of these movies is everything always works out in the end.
Of course it does.
Of course it
Christmas
does.
miracles.
I mean, guys, we're just scratching the surface on those rules, but here to help us get into the holiday spirit is Entertainment Weekly correspondent who recently did a ranking of the best Hallmark holiday movies, Dana Schwartz. Dana, how's it going over there?
Good, how are you?
Oh,
We're
we're just
good.
trying to get through these Hallmark Christmas movie rules. I mean, let me start with this. Are there any that we missed?
I think you covered the basics. One important note about that boyfriend at the beginning of the movie, you know, the person who's not quite right for them, probably like the big city person.
Yeah.
They can't be too evil because as you said, all of Hallmark movies have to be super mild with no conflict. So even if they're the wrong guy, it's not because they're actively bad. They're just not the right guy for this, you know, small town girl who falls back in love with her high school sweetheart.
Right. Something I read in the article, too, the almost kiss. Can you explain that a little bit of these Hallmark movies?
The almost kiss is classic. It's the moment where we realize that these two characters have non-sexual sexual tension. So whether they're, you know, reaching for the same branch on a Christmas tree or she almost, you know, falls while they're ice skating and he catches her, it's that moment where they're about to kiss and you're like, are they going to kiss? And then they're interrupted. But now we know that they're the couple that's going to end up together.
Oh, for sure.
It's the most sexual you're allowed to get is almost
It's like
You gotta mildify everything.
It's when the snowball fight gets a little too real, you know, a little too close.
Dana, what are the must-see Hallmark movies this year?
You know, I hate to say you've seen one, you've seen them all, but the good news is, it's good news really, that whenever you turn on Hallmark, you know what you're going to get, and you're going to get a good, solid Hallmark movie. A few that I'm excited for this year, if you can say that. We have Christmas at Pemberley Manor, which is a take on Pride and Prejudice. We have Christmas at the Palace, and we have Christmas at Graceland. Unrelated films. But if you're looking for Christmas in different destinations, Hallmark has you covered.
I love that. Now, I feel like, you know, we could ask if these movies follow all of those rules, which I assume they do.
Right.
But are there any of these movies that don't follow the rules at all?
You know, actually, if you're looking for Hallmark movies that don't follow the rules, you can go back to older Hallmark movies because Hallmark has been doing this for a really long time. And so they're sort of like Hallmark classics, if you will. And those ones are a little bit less formulaic. But it seems recently they've sort of stuck to these rules. Although rumor has it next year there'll be a few Hanukkah movies. But
Hanukkah movie? Oh my God! Hopefully we get a Feliz Navidad movie in there too. Before you go, I mean, you just mentioned it. Hallmark goes all in for these Christmas movies, but I will say, Netflix is kind of like at their heels. I watched a lot of Christmas movies on Netflix.
A Christmas Prince, a Christmas Prince 2.
I mean, is that some stiff competition for Hallmark right there, Netflix?
Oh, absolutely. I think anyone knows that there's, you know, a Christmas Prince, The Princess Switch with Vanessa Hudgens.
Which I love.
There's Christmas Wedding Planner. And these movies also fulfill like exactly the same, scratch the same itch that Hallmark movies scratch.
Right.
So I do think it's heavy competition, but, you know, Hallmark is coming out strong. They have dozens of movies. Truly, in a war of attrition, Hallmark is going to come out ahead just by sheer numbers.
Well, we know what we're going to be doing this holiday break.
All right, EW correspondent Dana Schwartz. Happy holidays to you, Dana. Thank you.
Happy holidays.